Hey there, welcome to the channel. In my last video, part 5 of this series, I shared 5 of the best random KDP niches that are helping publishers generate consistent passive income every single month. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave the link in the description, so make sure to check it out after this one. Now, if you're serious about making money online with Amazon KDP, then you're in the right place. Today, I'm back with part 6, where I'll be revealing 5 more profitable KDP niches that most people aren't even talking about. These niches are low competition niches, meaning fewer barriers to entry, beginner friendly, so you can get started even if this is your first book, and highly profitable, bringing in hundreds, if not thousands per month for sellers already in these spaces. Before we dive in, if you've ever felt lost when it comes to publishing your first book on KDP, I've got something that'll make your life a lot easier. My KDP Royalty Roadmap is a completely free step-by-step guide that walks you through publishing your first book, even if you've never done this before. It's beginner friendly, it's practical, and it's focused on getting results. So if you're ready to take action, I'll leave the link in the description. Download it, go through it, and start publishing. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, before I reveal today's 5 niches, I always make sure that every niche I recommend meets 2 key factors. Number 1, low competition. So you're not wasting your time fighting against thousands of other sellers, and high demand. So your books actually sell. Because let's be real, choosing the wrong niche can mean months of effort with little to no results. But if you pick the right one, you could start seeing consistent royalties rolling in. So with that said, let's break down 5 more of the best random profitable KDP niches that you should be looking at right now. Now, the first niche we have for today is the preschool math workbook. And the reason why I put this on the list is mainly because of the demand that it has. There's going to be a lot of books here selling very well. So if we go look on the first row, we can see this one right here, bestsellers badge, ranked at 1,293. And if we scroll down some more, we can see here is another one right here, independently published, ranked at 199,000. There's another one right here with another bestsellers badge, ranked at 5,850. And this is the reason why I put this on the list, is mainly because of the demand. If we look at the niche score 55, they recommend that the lowest score that you potentially would be interested in is 50. And we see the average bestsellers rank at 253,000. Average price $7.99, and we see total results at 2,581. Now, I said I put this on the list because of the demand, which basically means there's a lot of books selling well on the first page. However, with the total results, it's a little bit competitive for this exact keyword. So this is a great pointer that I can show you guys, is when you have a niche that's potentially profitable, but the only thing is that the total results are a little bit too much. We're going to do something called niching down, or finding a sub niche, which basically means finding a more specific or more targeted niche within this broader niche. You can click on the search bar on Amazon. It'll come up with all of these suggestions. These are all sub niches. You could also use a tool like Publisher Rocket, which I've shown before, which basically you grab the ASIN, this number right here, you plug it into Publisher Rocket, and it's going to give you all of the keywords that a specific book has ever ranked for on Amazon. That's another great way to find more sub niches. But I've already done the work and I found this one right here. Total results 1,409. Now, typically I like to look for 1,000 and below, which basically is going to stack the deck in your favor, because it's going to allow you to get ranked on the first page of Amazon without having to resort to things like Amazon KDP ads or marketing or advertising or those kind of things. Now, we see with the niche score 56, still very good. Average bestsellers rank still very good, 369,000. Average price $7.20. Now we see the exact match, which basically means how many books are ranking for this exact keyword in their title. Only 3 out of 16, and only 8 KDP books here on the first page. Now let's go through some of these books. This one right here, 316,000. We have another one right here, selling pretty well at 36,499, and another one right here, 346,000. $1,000. Now, if we check out this book, one of the best-selling books in this niche, we can see that it has a BSR of 36,499. And if we plug that into this Amazon KDP book sales calculator, we can see it generates about $21 per day in estimated royalties, which is about $634 per month in estimated royalties. Now, if we look at the A+ content to check out the interiors, we can see that this is the type of book it is. It's a bunch of activity pages that you put together. It's not that difficult to do this. However, it does take some time. And I've shown how to actually put this together on my channel in one of my other videos. But basically, what I like to do is use Creative Fabrica for these interiors and just modify them. Because when you upload it to Canva, it allows you to modify them pretty easily, and so it saves a lot of time. Now, the next niche we have is the Alphabet Dot Markers activity book. Right away, we see total results 273, so very low competition here. You're gonna have an easier chance at getting your book ranked on the first page of Amazon. Niche score quite high, 76. The average bestsellers rank 378,000 and only 1 out of 16 on the exact match. And we see 15 independently published books here, aka KDP books. Now let's look through some of these. I typically like to skip the sponsored product listings here because this is where people are paying to basically boost the rankings of their book. So I try to look for the first one that isn't. So this is going to be an organic ranking, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 6,202. So this is one that shows demand for this niche. The next one, 32,000 BSR, and then the next one, 38,000 BSR. So we're starting to see that there's quite a lot of demand for this niche. This one is 4,000 BSR. And if we keep scrolling down, 116,000 BSR, 36,000 BSR, 305,000, 53,000, 363,000, 57,000, and so on and so forth. We see there's a lot of great selling books here. Now, if we check out the best-selling book in this niche with a book ranking of 4,007, we can see that this book makes about $43 per day, which is about $1,307 per month in estimated royalties. And if we look at the A+ content, well, here are some of the interiors of this book. Very simple book to make. It may look complicated, but I've also made a video on how to actually put together a dot markers activity book. It is on my channel, so feel free to go ahead and watch that. But to give you a rundown, you grab a font, you can hollow it out on Canva, and then you just put circles in it. Same thing with this element. You go to Creative Fabrica, you find outlines of whatever you're looking for. This one's of a fish, and then you put it onto Canva, and then you put the circles in it. Very simple. It's actually quite fun to put this type of book together. And once it starts selling, it's going to sell year round because it is in an evergreen niche, which basically means that this type of book is going to sell regardless of seasonality. Now, the next niche we have is the weight loss planner tracker. Right away, we see a niche score of 84, very, very high. Total results 1,476. Not so competitive here. You're going to have a decent chance at getting your book ranked on the first page so it can be seen and it can be sold. 0 exact matches. So there is an opportunity for you to be the first one here. 17 independently published books out of the 48 here on the first page. And the average bestsellers rank 212,000 and the average price at $12, which means that you might be able to price your book a little bit higher to get a little bit more royalties per book sold. Now, if we take a look at some of these books, here's one right here, independently published. This is ranking at 132,000 with a 5-star out of 5-star. So very good book right here. And if we keep scrolling down and look at some more, we're going to see that, let's see right here, 24,000 BSR, even better selling book, 172,000 BSR. This one is 196,000 BSR. And if we keep scrolling, 53,000 BSR. This one is 54,000 BSR. We have this one at 61,000 BSR. And so you get the point. There's a lot of books here selling well. Even this one, 235,000 BSR. Another one right here at 138,000 BSR. 154,000 BSR. So there's a lot of demand. And as long as you end up on the first page, you're going to do well. You're going to sell your book because a lot of these covers aren't even that great. As you notice, it's only the interior that they put on the cover. Not very inspirational, not very good looking, but it's going to do the job. That's all you need. Now, if we actually take a look at one of these books with a horrible cover, we can see that It has a bestsellers rank of 24,000 and it's been selling well for a long time. This book is priced at your typical $7.99. That's kind of the range that I see with these types of books. With this specific book, you're going to find a bunch of different logbook interiors inside. You have the food log, fitness log, feelings and emotions tracker, weekly goal setting, complete weight tracker, complete measurement tracker, steps log, water intake tracker, sleep log, caffeine log. But if we scroll down, since it doesn't have a sample feature, well, there is no A+ content. So I'm really surprised that it's actually selling very well, which just tells you that even if there's no sample right here, there's no A+ content down here, your book can still sell on Amazon. But I really want to see the interior. So on the reviews, I typically look for photos. This is kind of what it looks like. And we can see by scrolling through the images that here's another interior, more interiors, and so on and so forth. Now, if we grab the bestsellers rank and plug it into the KDP book sales calculator, we can see this book makes about $31 per day, which is almost $1,000 per month in estimated royalties, all from a book that doesn't have a sample feature and doesn't have A+ content and is not even the best looking book. The cover's not that great. The interior is actually not that great. So it should just give you motivation and inspiration to go ahead and create these books, because even books that don't look good still sell well. Now, the next niche we have is the menstruation tracking journal. So for all you ladies, you know exactly what this is. So if we look through some of these books, this one, 234,000 BSR. This one right here, 41,000 BSR. This one, 131,000 BSR. And if we keep scrolling, this one, 69,000 BSR. You get the point, right? 248,000 BSR, 189,000 BSR. These are all books that are selling consistently every single day, at least one copy per day. And we see even more books here selling very well, 244,000. So we see a lot of demand here. Now, if we scroll back up, niche score of 59. Total results 1,246, so not too competitive. 13 independently published books, but 0 exact matches for this exact keyword in these books' titles. And notice average reviews 34, the highest 234, which means that there's not a lot of reviews racking up on these books, even though there's a lot of demand, which is telling me that a lot of these books are relatively new books, which means that you can put up a book in this niche and it could start selling well right away. And the average price almost $10. Now, if we take a look at the best-selling book in this niche, this has a book ranking of 38,618, which we can see is good for about $21 per day, which is over $600 per month in estimated royalties. And once again, this is going to be your passive type of income stream, because once these books are up on Amazon, it's going to sell continuously because Amazon's going to do all the selling for you. You don't really have to worry about that. Now, if we look at right here, this graph really quick, this is going to show you how well it's been doing for 30 days, 60 days, the past 6 months. And you can see it consistently sells for the past 6 months and it consistently sells for the past year. And if we go all time, you can see that it's consistently selling better and better and better as time goes on. Here are some of the interiors so we can get an idea of what it looks like. Now, once again, you can go to Creative Fabrica to look at these interiors, and you can grab these interiors straight from Creative Fabrica, upload them to Canva, and make your modifications so that you can have something that's original and something not copycat. Now, the next niche we have is the Mood Tracker Journal. Now, right away, total results 1,556. Not overly competitive here. 26 out of 48 on the exact match. 29 independently published books. And a niche score of 77, very high with the average bestsellers rank. Very good, 315,000. Average review 621 with the average price point of $11.19. Now let's take a look at some of these books. Once again, skip the sponsored products. Look for that first one that's not sponsored. Here it is right here, 47,000 BSR with a price point of $9.98. So very high performing book, good on the royalties. This one, 107,000 BSR. Mood tracking journal right here, 100,000 BSR. And if we keep going, we're going to see even more, 75,000 BSR, 165,000 BSR, 78,000 bestsellers rank, 181,000, 219,000, 233,000. Basically, once again, if you get on the first page of Amazon, you're going to be able to start selling your book because people are going to be able to see it. And Doesn't matter where you end up. A lot of high performing books here all throughout the first page. Now, if we check out one of the best selling books in this niche, this mood tracker journal is ranked at 47,567, which is going to be good for about $22 per day, which is almost $700 per month in estimated royalties. Now, since this doesn't have a sample feature, the great thing about this book is it includes the actual interior on the cover, but the great thing is that it's actually in full color, even though the interior itself might not be in full color. This is all of the details it has on that tracker page. So this is a great way to really snipe your competition, because they basically tell you. Now, if we go here, look at the A+ content, well, it's a very simple book. Here's your monthly mood tracker and then your daily mood tracker. As you notice, black and white. So that is a great idea to go ahead and use the interior as the cover, but make it in full color. Now, if you want a part 7 to this series of the best random KDP niches, let me know by smashing that like button and commenting down below. Also, don't forget about my KDP royalty roadmap, which is going to help you create your first book on Amazon KDP. So if you haven't checked it out, link is down below. If you have any questions, let me know, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.